from the cells, from the cellular level.
Amen. And with God, everything's simple, but people make it too difficult. If you have memory loss, it's not that your body needs a medicine. We always start with a foundation, which is there's a special diet that you can do for memory loss. It's called the ketogenic diet, yet no one ever talks about it. So I wrote extensively about it in the doctor's orders for memory loss because the brain thrives on ketone bodies. Well, it just so happens coconut oil, especially extra virgin, helps to form these ketones.
I know coconut has that in it, I guess.
Right, but
what does that mean?
Ketogenic diet means it's ketone producing in your body. The brain loves ketones.
Which
It's like
is what?
if it was fish food for fish, this is brain food for
Brain
people.
food, it's like, for example, periodic fasting helps to improve the brain.
You're kidding.
When you're in a fasting state, your body's producing ketone bodies that feed the brain. So again, optimal nutrition with low calories feeds the brain. It's amazing how this works. That's why regular fasting or living a fasted lifestyle. The ketogenic diet is simply a fasted lifestyle. And I'll show you exactly how to do it because we're not going to have time, but I've made it so simple everyone can follow a ketogenic diet. And all you do is get these little keto sticks at the drugstore or health food store and check your urine throughout the day, and it should be in mild to small amount of ketosis. And when you are, you're literally producing ketone bodies that are feeding your brain. And what's so amazing is when you're in ketosis, your brain produces the most protective substance on the planet for your brain, which is brain-derived neurotrophic factor. It's like growth hormone for the brain. And your body starts producing this when you're in a ketogenic state. And so what this does is this literally enables your brain to grow new neurons and to restore old neurons or brain cells, and it increases the dendritic connections throughout the brain, similar to a tree that's been pruned and you don't have very many branches. When you have this diet, you're taking the ketogenic diet, your body's forming new dendrites, new axons, so it's forming the connection, so the memory's getting better and better.
The brain couldn't heal itself.
For years, up until about the mid-90s. But now, after the mid-90s, they found that the brain has plasticity, which means the brain can restore itself and renew itself, which is absolutely amazing.
And pills don't do that.
Well, let me explain
pills are
something.
good for you for certain things.
Medications don't do that. Right now. Now, they did have a medication back a few years ago with studies, but they found out in that medication was the same thing that was in coconut oil, medium-chain triglycerides. But what we find is there's certain nutrients. See, the basic reason why a person develops memory loss and Alzheimer's and dementia is because of inflammation in the brain, poor blood supply, and excessive oxidative stress, and I'll explain that in just a sec.
Yes.
As well as insulin resistance. See, the whole reason behind Alzheimer's is it's diabetes of the brain. So if you don't address these areas, you're not going to really improve the memory significantly. And so then also there's advanced glycation in products from excessive sugars and starches. So what I've done is I've put together a program starting with the foundation of the ketogenic diet, building around it with a nutritional package with everything nutritional that addresses inflammation of the brain. Guess what? We can turn down inflammation dramatically with curcumin, which is a spice that's from India. Now, what's amazing, the studies have shown out of India where this spice, this yellow spice, curry or curcumin, they found in one study, they did it at the University of Pennsylvania or Pittsburgh, I believe, and they found that in this small town right outside of Pittsburgh, out of every 1,000 people, about 17 out of every 1,000 developed Alzheimer's that were over 65. But a similar population in India, only 4 out of 1,000 developed Alzheimer's. They have one of the lowest incidence of Alzheimer's in the world in India. But the main reason...
That's why it's proven that Alzheimer's is caused by environmental things.
That's
why our lifestyle.
But that's just one of the things they use because they use curry many times a week and so many of their dishes are so healthy.
This is stupid to ask, I'm sure. But I hate to say it, I don't want to insult my Indian friends, but I don't like curry.
Well, you don't have to take curry because we put it in
But I want the benefit of it.
But
you're kidding. Now, wait a minute.
Highest...
I didn't know this. This sounds like a setup.
No.
No, we have...
You have it in a pill form?
We have
in a capsule
a
or
capsule
something?
form.
Yes.
A high quality
I want some.
curcumin with 95% curcuminoids. Now, curcuminoids or the amount of active ingredient in there. This has 95%
Because
curcuminoids.
the article just came out this week. Diabetes increases the risk of dementia. This is in the Los Angeles Times, and Alzheimer's. So, and 50% in another article of the people are going to have diabetes in a few years. So,
Diabetes.
I mean, we're all on a road to hellish things, but you're saying we don't have to.
No, it's easy. It's easy to stop, prevent, and even reverse. And again, it all starts, I know it sounds simple, I keep repeating myself, it all starts with a foundation, the ketogenic diet. You add the nutritional supplementation, which I have approximately 14 key nutrients that address memory loss by addressing oxidative stress. Let me explain real quick. Oxidative stress is simply the brain rusting, similar to the brain rusting. Like when you put something, a piece of iron out in your yard, and eventually rust, or you cut an apple and within an hour or so it turns brown.
Yes.
That's oxidative stress. The brain is about 67 to 70% fat, and the brain oxidizes, or it becomes inflamed with free radicals, and then it starts to degenerate. So what we have is nutrition that diminishes oxidative stress, like astaxanthin. It's an amazing antioxidant that helps reduce oxidative stress. And we talked about the curcumin for inflammation, because these are the triggers, the main keys for memory loss, as well as blood flow. But pomegranate improves blood flow. Ginkgo improves blood flow. And then the insulin resistance, because with most every Alzheimer's disease, there's insulin resistance. The brain is being starved. It's not able to get the sugar inside the cells of the brain. That's why the brain cells begin to degenerate and die. And so what we do is we start turning on insulin resistance with the diet and with a supplement called alpha lipoic acid in the right dosages. And it makes those cells insulin sensitive, so you start using sugar again, so you don't have to depend on coconut oil all the time. And so you're getting to some of the root causes of memory loss with this nutritional program.
And you literally have, because I have devoured this little book, you literally have the diet in here.
Right, exactly.
And so like you can go, today, breakfast, he actually tells you what to eat, how to eat it.
Right.
And it's, very
I give
exciting.
them an example, what they can make for breakfast. Like we talk about eggs.
Yes.
Like we talked about 1 egg yolk. Again,
Right.
organic eggs are the best. And 3 egg whites, and use a little coconut oil or your coconut oil butter that I love. That's wonderful. And we put you in a ketogenic state. Now, also, we can use some steel-cut oatmeal. It has about 21 grams of carbohydrates. And to enter into the ketogenic state, you have to limit your carbohydrates to about 50 grams a day. So we have to work with that, and we have to monitor it. For some, you may be able to take in 75. For some, you may be only able to take in 25 grams of carbs.
But for a diabetic,
so for
carbs
diabetic,
are not good because they turn to sugar, right?
Exactly. So for my diabetic friends, what you have to do is usually lower your carbs and work with it. It's not going to happen maybe the first week. Just work with it for a few weeks and watch how your body starts to go into ketosis.
But Alzheimer's and diabetes are like cousins or brothers or something.
Diabetes
Everybody needs to work on those two nasty people.
Yes, because let me
those
explain.
nasty diseases.
What's important to know is there is an answer.
Yeah.
Yes.
People hear a diagnosis of Alzheimer's
Right.
or diabetes,
Right.
type 2
Put it like
diabetes.
death sentence to a lot
And
of
it-
people.
not.
And listen,
It's not.
they have a tendency to embrace it
Yeah.
and say, oh, well.
Yeah.
And
This
they go
is-
to their doctor and they're medicated.
And they don't know there's answers.
Right.
Yes.
There really is answers, real
Right,
answers.
Exactly. But diabetes lights the fuse for dementia. When you're diagnosed with diabetes, realize that if you're diagnosed with type 2 diabetes before the age of 65, you're 220 times more likely to have age-associated memory impairment, which is pre-Alzheimer's or pre-dementia.
Wow.
Do you have brain fog, trouble forgetting things like what you ate this morning or where you set your keys down? Did you know there are real natural solutions that can help kickstart your brain and protect it from daily oxidative stress? Dr. Colbert has put together a comprehensive elite brain package that's designed to support cognitive memory and reduce oxidative stress. Dr. Colbert's extensive research in brain health has made it simple for you to keep your brain healthy. Each elite brain package includes one 30-day supply of Living Omega-3 with DHA, one 30-day supply of Brain On, one 30-day supply of Brain Defense, along with Dr. Colbert's 7 doctor's orders to overcoming memory loss study guide. You can get all of this right now for $99. Call right now to order your Elite Brain Package. The number is 1-800-433-4484. Don't miss this great opportunity to turn your brain on. Call now, 1-800-433-4484.